Hello, welcome to the Living History School. Today we'll be going down to the riverbank to gather some cooking stones used for an upcoming video on how to cook in a basket. And then we'll also be looking at some beaver signs today. So these are what are called cooking stones. They are a type of basalt during volcanic activity. When a volcano erupts, some of what comes out of volcanoes becomes obsidian, and then the lighter stuff becomes pumice, and then other stuff that kind of gets just air trapped in it become these types of stones. And these are basically what you will use for stone boiling. If you're going to heat up the water by using just stones, this is what the Indians used, and they're basically cooking stones. And what I've done today is just gone down to the riverbank here, and when I'm walking the riverbank, I'm looking for all kinds of different types of stones. I'm looking for stones that'll be good for nodules and cobbles that are good for flint knapping, for cherts, and I'm also looking for quartz for maybe for using on your flint and steel. And I'm also looking for all kinds of different rocks that I can use in my Stone Age projects. But of course, these cooking stones were highly prized by Indian people. They're actually traded to other parts of the area for other goods. In our area, like obsidian was traded, and shells were traded over from the coast, and then cooking stones were traded all throughout the Northwest, and probably used in other areas in parts of the country. And these would actually be handed down by Indian people, just like modern people would hand down their china to their daughters. So say an Indian woman, when she was getting older, would actually hand these off to their daughter as a gift. So there you are, cooking stones. And later in future videos, I'd like to take these stones and we'll be boiling some water or cooking in an actual basket, because back during native times in Oregon and also in California, people didn't use pottery. Indian people didn't use pottery in large parts of the area. They cooked in baskets, and you can't just put a basket over the fire. So we'll talk about that and how to cook it in a basket. So here's a pretty good sign of the beaver. Most of the sticks that you find are kind of pointed off at the ends from them gnawing. Of course, beavers are rodents and they like to always gnaw. So this willow branch here has been chewed off on the ends. I'll get a good shot of it. You can see actually how their two incisors have cut into the wood right here. And then if we go down into the river here, you can see underneath the water there's all kinds of beaver sign that they've been chewing. And they get up on these willows just above the bank here, and all these nice young shoots, they like to get up there and chew those off and pull them into the river, and then basically strip the bark off and eat it. Here's what we have, is what's called a bank den, or the bank lodge, a place where they live. I'll kind of point the camera down there and see if you can see down in there. So that's kind of where they live. It's kind of just off the river there. They could basically slip out into the water, come up out of the water onto there and go into this den in high water. Here's some old sign. The beaver last summer, this beaver was working on this tree, and then at the end of the summer, basically a forest fire came in through here and kind of stripped all the vegetation along the river. Here's another shot of another big tree a beaver was working on last year, and then the fire came through. But actually, this fire was, of course, beneficial for this part of the woods here. It actually opened up the woods and kind of cleaned it up. It didn't really kill the cottonwoods and the other trees. It's kind of helped out. So fire is a good thing sometimes. Thank you for joining me today on the Living History School, and hopefully you'll subscribe to my channel.